All right, YouTube, here we are again. Now we are at 31st Street Harbor. Behind me is a Viking, 1994 Viking 48 convertible. A lot of you have been asking about hey, all these boats that you're driving have joysticks and fancy throttles and different thrusters and whatnot. So we're gonna go old school for you guys. This boat here is a straight shaft driven vessel, man marine diesel engines, twin 1,000 horsepower man marine diesels in there. She is a beautiful beast we use for fishing on Lake Michigan, salmon, trout, all the fun stuff. But we're going to take you in and out of the dock. A little test run of the engines. We had trolling valves fixed, which was what we use for trolling with this vessel in Lake Michigan. We got to troll a little slower when we troll for salmon. So anyways, we had them fixed. Gonna have to test them out. So what a perfect time to give a full tour for you guys. So we're going to show you how we do it, what we do when it's just the traditional old school way of docking. Here at the helm we have gear, forward, neutral, reverse, and we have our throttles. This is idle speed and then speeding it up. So we a lot of the newer vessels have these two combined into one unit. This way they're separate, a little easier to maybe see and understand. You're only doing in gear, out of gear, forward, neutral, or reverse versus speeding it up. So when we're docking, we're really not using the steering wheel at all. We're pretty much only ever using the standard sticks. So we'll do that. I'll show you the view that I've got at the helm station as I'm docking down the line here. We're going to back straight into the slip when we come back. Not a lot of room on either side, as you can see. We've got a pretty narrow spot there. And when we get to this side here, not a lot of room on that side either. So you guys ask and you shall receive a fun docking video. Bring you up to the bow and show you. Can't beat this view. I love the view of a beautiful Sportfish bow looking out of the Chicago skyline. Killer. Bear with us. Here we go. Rock and roll. Let me flip on my electronics. Okay, center out the rudder so we know what we're when we do put them in gear, we're going to be going straight. Electronics turning up. Now all we've got is the stern and the bow and everything else. Alright, so let me see here. Watch your fingers. Alright, so where are you at?
Bow off from the bow, right?
Yeah, so why don't you go, why don't we do this one and then the bow? Because I can keep it in its spot from here. Without the bow thruster, I don't have as much control at the nose of the boat, so I can use the sticks as needed. So pole's taken off the stern line. Nice and close for a second here. Anytime I'm putting it in and out of gear, it's short bursts. We don't need, these are big props on big, I'm watching them up at the bow there, big horsepower engines. I don't need to be, all right, we're off the dock. Make sure I'm staying nice and close to this dock back here because I can see it. I can't see the piling on the starboard side of the boat, so I'm just sticking with what I can see and what I can work with. Just tiny taps and my rudder's centered so I'm able to go nice and straight. pull the tail off the dock a tiny bit. There we go. Okay, once I'm out, putting starboard and reverse to swing my stern around.
Star Chicago departing at Stockton, Michigan Avenue, going to be downbound. Star.
Just alternating thrusts of port and starboard. Give me a nice twist. There she goes. Now I'm almost centered in the channel, so I'll just continue to straighten out. Now that she's just about straight, I can use both throttles. Now this boat will idle at about 7 knots. We don't want to be flying through the harbor at 7 knots and waking everyone else, so we'll go nice taps in and out of gear. And once I get out of the fairway here, then I can throw it in one engine in gear and turn the rudder a slight bit and get me to nice, maybe about 5 mile an hour control through the harbor. Alright, so now that we're approaching our slip, I'm going to start reversing with my starboard. As we're approaching the dock, as I always say, this is time for small bursts in and out of gear. No need to rush this process. We're doing small bursts in and out of gear right now in reverse with the starboard. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to bring my stern as close to this center pillar, this pylon, as I can, because this is the high side of the dock. As I'm going to start reversing in, my boat will slowly be drifting to the left in this video towards the dock. So I want to err on the side of just clearing this first pillar, and then as I'm continuing to back in, my boat will slowly drift towards the dock, and will put me right up along the dock. As you see, barely, maybe a little bit in this video, I've got a deckhand there. Brendan is at the stern of the boat, port side stern, and he is waiting for me to get close enough to the dock where he'll step off and then work with the rest of the dock lines as I continue on into the slip. So just slow and steady here. Again, small in and out of gear, just like this. Tiny little burst. You can hear it in the video earlier. One little burst, the boat will really kick into gear. So right now, I'm going to slow it down. Hence the forward movement right there. Let him step off, and now that he's off, I am going to continue slowly as he's going to fix the mid-ship spring line, rear-facing spring line on, and then I'll continue on backwards. But kind of a new view here from the GoPro and from the above with the drone footage. It's actually pretty nice for even as a captain to watch this process, and I can kind of critique my approach to the slip here. I actually would have preferred to start this turn a tiny bit earlier. It would have left me a little higher in the dock to start, and I would have been able to get the stern a little further in before coming along the dock to let the deckhand off the dock. So minor things, obviously going as slow as we did, it didn't end up being an issue, but again, just me over analyzing and wanting to critique my own work. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the comments and suggestions on these videos. If you like what you're getting here with this content, please share, please like, please subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.